always from the heart of the city, and now on demand 24/7 on the CHFI website. This is the soundtrack to The Well of Wisdom, and I'm Don Jackson, around the world on the internet. Oliver Wendell Holmes wrote, "I find the great thing in this world is not so much where we stand as in what direction we are moving." This hour, down the well of wisdom for lovers and other strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Taylor Swift and 15 and the Beatles and Let It Be. And I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. I believe that we never stop learning. It doesn't matter how long ago you heard the final school bell. The process of gaining knowledge and wisdom is a lifelong undertaking. It may no longer involve mathematics and algebra, but the lessons are just as important, if not more. In Heartthrobs, Helen Keller believed knowledge is happiness, because to have knowledge, broad, deep knowledge, is to know true ends from faults, and lofty things from low. To know the thoughts and deeds that have marked man's progress is to feel the great heartthrobs of humanity through the centuries. And if one does not feel in these pulsations a heavenward striving, one must indeed be deaf to the harmonies of life. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Paul Anka with Anthea, Anka, and Do I Love You, and Josh Groban, Awake. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Elton Trueblood wrote something called Wisdom About Life. The differences in human life depend, for the most part, not on what men do, but upon the meaning and purpose of their acts. All are born, all die, all lose their loved ones, nearly all marry, and nearly all work. But the significance of these acts may vary enormously. The same physical act may be in one situation vulgar and in another holy. The same work may be elevating or degrading. The major question is not what act do I perform, but in what frame do I put it? Wisdom about life consists in taking the inevitable ventures which are the very stuff of common existence and glorifying them. Unquote. The words of Elton Trueblood. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Phil Collins and Take Me Home, and Elton John's Rocketman. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Mark Twain, in Following the Equator, published by Harper & Row, wrote, "One should be careful to get out of an experience only the wisdom that is in it, and stop there, lest we be like the cat that sits down on the hot stove lid. She will never sit down on a hot stove lid again, and that's well. but also she will never sit down on a cold one anymore. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Fleetwood Mac's Dreams. Bryan Adams, Why Do You Have to Be So Hard to Love? And Renee Olstead with Peter Cincotti and Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com on the 9th of April, 2010. Angelo Patri wrote, "Education consists in being afraid at the right time." Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Madonna and Live to Tell and Fergie and Big Girls Don't Cry. And I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. William Cowper wrote, "Knowledge is proud that it knows so much. Wisdom is humble that it knows no more." And the songwriter Leonard Cohen quoted in the book Take the Step, "The Bridge Will Be There" by Grace Sirocco, and published in '01 by HarperCollins, said, and I quote, "There are many paths to wisdom, but each begins with a broken heart." Unquote. How true. The wisdom of Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Good night, sweet dreams. I'm Don Jackson.